Good morning. It is Friday, June 27th. This is Automotive State of the Union. I'm Kyle Mountsier with my co-host, my friend, Michael Cirillo. We're talking about sunk cars, EV auto, and the blue screen. The blue screen. The blue screen. Everybody knows what I mean when I say that. Everybody knows what, well, okay. Anybody over the age of 30 knows what I mean.
There you go. I was going to say.
Okay. I had to get my old in.
What was I just doing with my son? And I go to take my son out driving. Speaking of over the age of, and I'm just going to leave it here. My wife's always got low tire pressure. I don't know what the heck's going on. We get in the car. Yeah. He grabs the portable thing, but the battery's dead. So there's the other battery, but you got to plug it into the DC thing. And he is staring at this, dude.
Like it's from another planet.
And I'm like, dude, plug it in. He's like, he's trying to plug it into it. I'm like, plug it into the car. And he's like, I don't know what. And I flipped the little lid thing on. Yeah. And I'm like, that's where the cigarette lighter used to go. But now we get DC power.
It is like, that's the fact that kind of still exists actually blows my mind. That's the whole thing. It's like that little thing in cars where you're like, yeah, just leave that part.
It's like when the high beam button used to be on the floor.
Yes, you're exactly right. What a mess, man. Cars, like, there's so much advancement, but then we got this like DC thing that we're like okay with. I don't
There's some dude out there right now that's like, I'm responsible for repurposing the cigarette lighter.
Right. And is just happy as a clam somewhere. Or he was working for someone and, owns no IP. One of the two.
That's it. Probably that.
Hey, we got people with a lot of IP, their own thoughts on auto, Asoducon sessions. Literally the entire set from Asoducon is out. Episodes with people like David Kane, John Bozzella, Alex Lawrence, Ben Hadley, Derek Hansen, Greg Euland, Art Bratton, Elizabeth Stoltz, more. It's people that you want to hear from because they're changing the game in auto. So you can go to Asoducon sessions on any podcast app. You can search it in the Google machine. I bet you a large language model would even know about it because there's been enough around it. So check it out. Asoducon sessions. You're not going to want to miss it. They're always good. All right, let's get into it. This one's wild. The June sinking of the Morning Midas cargo ship loaded with Chinese EVs has sparked serious concerns across the shipping and auto industries. Estimated losses on just that ship alone are pegged at $560 million. The implications obviously go further. Basically, the ship caught fire on June 6th and just finally sunk completely. The ship was carrying 3,048 vehicles, including 750 EVs and hybrids when it caught fire en route to Mexico. It's the third major EV ship in just incident in over 3 years, bringing total damages from just those three disasters to nearly $1.8 billion. The fire's cause remains unknown, but experts say EVs increase the chance of thermal runaway turning into catastrophe. AEG CEO Patrick Anderson said this is a huge cost, another blaring warning to the industry. Calls are growing for stricter EV shipping protocols, better fire detection, increased vehicle spacing, and limits on how many EVs can be transported per vessel. One of the things that they were stating is, these EVs are carried in like closed containers. And a lot of times the people that are managing the shipping, the people that are on, like running the boat, don't even know that they've got EVs on board and have like very limited fire training. And when it comes to fighting a fire with batteries around, it's a totally different ball game. So just still something to be learned when it comes to shipping these things.
Bro, and I mean, talking about training, I'm not trained to know how to handle all of the I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but posts on Facebook today.
Yeah. You mean Chinese EVs headed to Mexico? Okay. Got it. And they're down at the bottom of the ocean. Interesting.
Under the sea. Copyright. Wild stuff. I
It
feel
is
like we
wild.
need to get Alex Lawrence on the phone at some point and just get his quick reaction. You know what I mean? It's like, what's your thoughts, bro?
What's your thoughts? Speaking of Alex Lawrence's thoughts.
Stop.
Segue.
Time.
Well played. Well played. A coalition of 19 dealers, including CarMax and Carvana, behind the full head of steam of Utah's EV Auto and Alex Lawrence, are urging the Senate to reconsider abrupt EV tax credit rollbacks. Lawrence says that converting the credit into down payment changed everything for middle-class buyers and argues that without it, families would not qualify for financing or reliable transportation. Though confident in EV Auto's future, he was warning a sudden end would, quote, disrupt the used car market, calling for a multi-year phase out instead. At a SoduCon last month, Alex quipped, "I didn't realize when I got into the business 5.5 years ago, I was getting into politics, but boy, I ever did." We have linked his post and the entire letter in the show notes. So if you want to check it out, you definitely can. But he's aggregated some major attention, some major companies, Plug and Recurrent getting involved in there and just kind of calling for, hey, let's like tear this out a bit more instead of the abruptness that it seems like it's coming to.
I love this quote, by the way, because Alex is the kind of guy that's like, I didn't realize when I got in the car business I was getting into politics, but boy, did I ever. And you know what? I might as well run for governor.
Not a big deal. There you go.
I might as well it'll be a good case study for my class up there at Weber State University. And now I'm the governor, and so here we are.
You never know. Yeah. I mean, this one, I think there's kind of like a couple sides to this whole EV thing, but the reality is there's a lot of, especially used car sellers, and Carvana and CarMax are some of those. We know Alex and we know John Foley at Recharge that have built their business on these EVs, and they know firsthand, day in, day out, exactly what these tax credits mean to buyers. And this happens not just on the used car side, but also on the new car side as well. And the question will definitely be, will the retailers be left holding the bag if inventory is in a place that can't support or can't be supported by consumer demand because of waning tax incentives? It'll be kind of interesting to see how that unfolds over the next like 5 or 6 months.
Well, I think what we've ascertained in the last 5 or 6 months is that something said is never final. Right? But I mean, it's like that in life. I don't think anybody should be surprised by it. It's like, Dad, can you take me to this? And it's like, we'll see. And then you're like, sure. And then you're like, actually, we'll see. And then we're, what do we expect from people? We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Hey, speaking of we'll see what happens and taking way too long to do it.
Segue.
Time.
Microsoft.
Way too long.
And I got thoughts. Even before I'm coming into this story, Kyle, with some bias.
I'm ready for it. Bring it.
All right. So Microsoft is officially phasing out one of the most recognizable and dreaded elements of the Windows experience. The blue screen of death. After 4 decades, Windows crashes are getting a new look and a new name.
Wow.
Having a hard time. Because so dumb.
It's so dumb.
Okay, so let me try to get through this. The classic BSOD will now become the black screen of death in an upcoming Windows 11 update. Wait, we're still on Windows 11? The redesign ditches the frowny face and QR code in favor of a cleaner, more focused layout. I heard they're bringing Zippy back.
Yeah.
The new format will show the stop code and faulty driver right on screen, simplifying diagnosis for IT teams. The update is part of a broader efforts to boost Windows 11 stability, especially after last year's CrowdStrike-related crash wave. We've got a quote here from David Weston, Microsoft's VP of Enterprise and OS Security. He says, quote, "This is really an attempt on clarity and providing better information so we can fix it faster," close quote. Hey, team, come together. This blue screen of death and our computers keep crashing? We're not. Wait, are we gonna fix it? Well, hey, let's not get.
No, we're gonna rebrand it.
We're gonna change the color of it.
Look, if you have to, here's the thing about any business. If you have a brand and a meme culture around your entire propensity to fail, you've got a problem.
Oh my goodness.
If you have a brand and a meme culture around your entire propensity to fail, you definitely have a problem. It's a really interesting one. I mean, obviously for anyone that is a Microsoft shop, and there is some security benefit on like the bigger IT scale to some of that stuff because of the like more idiosyncrasies you can get into. But man, as an IT team, to think like, oh, good, I got a new rebranded way to know that my computer's down, my computers at the store are down, is quite an interesting take. The other funny thing is like, at least change the acronym, you know?
I was about to say, I'm like, you didn't. We don't have budget for such frivolous things. BSOD. Somebody.
I don't know if y'all can tell, but we're Apple people, so I never get any black or blue screen to death. Actually, I think in the like 18 years of me owning Apples, or it's longer than that, I think my computer has frozen like a grand total of 3 times.
Why don't they just perpetually rename the operating system Windows 11 Beta? Because like that's the only time things crash for me in Apple's environment is when I know I've downloaded the developer beta and I can expect it. But
yeah,
instead of rebranding BSOD to BSOD, just
we're always in
Windows
beta.
11, Windows 11 beta.
We're just always in beta.
Version 27 or whatever they're on.
V27.359.1. There you go. We got a brand proposition for you, Microsoft. If your business is branded by its failures, you got a problem. Hey, today there might be ships going down. EV tax credits wonky. But we know that people matter more. Go love them.